Thank you so much. Welcome back to the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. Ben loves that song. Ben Weller. I see you there, Ben. That is our very own Jimmy in Portland, Maine. He says, I love that rolling bass line. I think that's actually a 6-string guitar. I don't think that's a bass. Pretty low, but still, you know, I know what you mean. I love it too. Welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Positive COVID test for the Queen of the Forest again today. You see, you get to a point where you're no longer like making people sick, and you go about your regular life. She's had this COVID test for a positive test for way back when everybody in my family started getting COVID from our super spreader wedding that we hosted. And she says to me, she goes, I hate wearing this mask at school because she works with kids in the classroom. She goes, if I get a negative test, I don't have to wear it. So we busted out our Biden tests and tested her. And she goes, all right, I got to leave. Just let me know how it goes. I go, okay. Probably a waste of a test, though. It usually takes some time to get that out of your system. So now they say to you, if there's 2 lines, you're positive. Now, not long ago, I took a test, and as soon as I dropped the booger juice into the card, oh my God, both lines lit up like poof, immediately. Oh, that guy's just full of COVID. But this one, it's waiting. It's waiting. She's waiting for another love. Clapton, Behind the Sun. Ooh, she's waiting. Pull it out and it says, you got to study it. And even if it's really, really faint, that's still a positive test. So I just texted her. I go, it's positive. Oh, my God. So, yeah, that's the way it is. That's the world we live in. That is where we are. Kanye West is, oh, boy. As fucked up as this is, this man, I mean, it's either he's extremely evil in the truest sense, or he's just massively sick. I know he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And so there's that. And if you've ever talked with anyone like that, you get these manic moments and these depressive moments, and it's just screwed out. I want to make sure everybody's on the same page. Stevie says, oh, no, get well soon, Diana. Diana's 100% fine. She's at work. This COVID that went through our family was little more than an annoyance because of that beautiful vaccine, Operation Warp Speed. No, everybody's fine. Thank you. So West is, I actually am giving him benefit of the doubt that he's just incredibly sick in his head. He has either he's not taking his medicine, he's not treated appropriately. There needs to be some type of oh my God. Because for the longest time, it was just kind of like a head scratcher about the guy. But now this puts everything else to shame. This craziness, where yesterday he appeared on Alex Jones, and he talked about the positive parts of Hitler's life. Oh, Hitler. Oh, yeah, sure. He murdered 6.5 million people. But if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have microphones and roads, which I didn't know that. I didn't know. Did anybody else know that Hitler invented the microphone? Isn't that what he fucking said? Did Hitler invent the microphone? Did Hitler invent the microphone and highways? Because that's what Kanye said. He said, we have to understand that there's some real good with what Hitler did. He invented highways and microphones. Someone, after I talked about this on Twitter, and someone wrote, the good, highways and microphones. The bad, genocide. He actually made Alex Jones uncomfortable. Think about that. He made a guy who, with a straight face, said that all of those children that were murdered in Newtown, Connecticut, that was all fake. He actually patted himself on the back about suggesting that those were crisis actors and that those children were not really killed. He dug his heels in when they said he owes $500 million. Kanye made him uncomfortable. That guy. Let's get to some of the audio video. Audio check. Video check. First of all, Kanye was doing prop comedy. He's wearing like some type of mask while he's on the show. It's Kanye, Alex Jones, and the other guy on there who's quiet. You know it's bad when the one drawing the least attention is the white supremacist and anti-Semitic king of the world, Nick Fuentes. And not lost in any of this is the fact that West and Fuentes were at the White House. The big, beautiful building. Not the White House. Mar-a-Lago. Boy, that God help us if that happens again. We're at Trump's house for a dinner. A dinner. The backdrop of InfoWars, being that it's red, white, and blue, and the flag moving throughout it, and, you know, land of the free, home of the brave. You know, fucking A. What a shit show. I was talking with my son, and he's disgusted by all this. And he's telling me about what happened on InfoWars. I said, you know, I know a guy who fills in for Alex Jones when he's not there from time to time. He goes, what? I go, yeah. Anthony Cumia fills in on InfoWars. He goes, well, why do you talk to him? I go, well, I like Anthony, and I choose to just chalk that up to showmanship. I don't think he's on there saying that the Holocaust is fake. I don't think Anthony is a Holocaust denier. Little racist, sure. He goes, you gotta disavow, Dad. Disavow from him. Like, don't worry about it. I do all the time. I tell him I call him a fucking idiot all the time for believing this shit, as I should. Brandis says, this whole thing makes me so uncomfortable. Ugh. I agree with you. Here's the deal. West, I believe, is sick. But Jones and Fuentes are not. They are taking his illness and running with it as far as that will take them. And there's a lot of people in this country who love all of this. And the former leader of the free world had these people at his house for dinner. Now, if you cannot see that this is very similar to that whole cult of personality that took place kind of during the first presidency, and for damn sure took place in the events surrounding World War II, absolutely should make us uncomfortable. If you are a Jew in this country, this is probably the most stark it's been in anti-Semitism since World War II. And that is not to be fucked with. Sure, I'm sitting here laughing at Kanye acting like an idiot, but this is very, very fucking serious. Here's West doing prop comedy on InfoWars.
I was tired of picking up the Yahoo and the netting, so for now he's just netting. I know some people call him BB, no, some people call him Yahoo, but we're gonna call him netting. What you want, netting? Hey, yay, right after this, I'm gonna...
He's suggesting that net, he brought that net, and he has the Yahoo, so this is Benjamin Netanyahu, a spoof about I believe Netanyahu was the former prime minister of Israel, and I'm not sure what his capacity now. All right, I think I might have just fucked this up. That's embarrassing. Got the spinning circle of death. That makes me unhappy. Try this again.
I was tired of picking up the Yahoo and the netting, so for now he's just netting. I know some people call him BB, no, some people call him Yahoo, but we're gonna call him netting. What you want, netting? Hey, yay, right after this, I'm gonna say you're crazy. I'm gonna take your family away from you. We're not done with you yet. You cannot cause free thought. We have to control the history books, we have to control the banks, and we have to go and kill people.
Look, Fuentes is laughing, and Jones is like, what the fuck is happening here? Boy, Jones, look how red that guy's face is. He's got to work on the blood pressure. He's going to die. Okay, Jones knows that bit is fucking dying.
So, in a little while, hopefully you're going to take the mask off, because is this actually yay here?
For the record, it's yay, not ye. Yay. This moment right here.
You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also. I love everyone, and Jewish people are not going to tell.
I'm not sure why the clip from American History X is being superimposed over Kanye West talking. The clip of the guy getting curb stomped.
You can love, us, and you can love what we're doing to you with the contracts, and you can love what we're pushing with the pornography. But this guy that invented highways, invented the very microphone that I use as a musician, you can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good, and I'm done with that. I'm done with the class.
What a weird thing to be done with. If you're ever going to say I'm done with something, you might say that about like a bad relationship or a job. Definitely not. I'm done with not being able to praise Hitler for highways and microphones. What?
ever did anything good. And
I like how he's sitting there with the Holy Bible too. You know, this is all very very obscene in my opinion.
done with that. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler.
Oh no. Oh no. Especially Hitler. Okay, so as ridiculous as that is, how is he going to be able to actually make any money from this day going forward? Who was it? I think I gotta get this. This was a clip that was sent to me of former guest of this show, Michael Rappaport, who he has some great rants. I like Michael a lot.
There's no coming back, scumbag, Kanye West. You miserable motherfucker, gimp mask wearing motherfucker. You're sitting there talking to a person who, God forbid, your kids were in that classroom in Sandy Hook. He denied that happened. That's where you're at. And you're bringing up the most despicable person ever and saying there's good in him in a gimp mask. There's Holocaust. You think that Adolf Hitler wouldn't have thrown your ass in an oven or shot you in the street and not even thought twice about it, you dumb fuck? There's no good in him. And at this point,
I for some reason, I don't know why, but he makes me laugh even when he's talking about something as serious as this. I keep picturing him going, "Ma, there's a weird cat out here."
I believe what was good in you is gone. And your mother, God, coming.
What the fuck am I doing?
Fuck. There's no good in him. And at this point, I believe what was good in you is gone. And your mother, God rest her soul, would be ashamed of you. Your mother would have been ashamed of you and what you've become. You fuck you.
Okay. Yeah, I think the guy's just sick. Nick says he can't stand Rappaport. What the fuck? How could you possibly not like Rappaport? Uh-oh. I think Daisy's up to no good. Hey! Okay, hold on. Time out. Get. Go do your own thing. Leave the dog alone. Brandis says the same thing I was saying. We cannot forget he absolutely has mental illness and he needs fucking help. I believe that. I believe he does. I believe that. Isn't there a way you can just like grab somebody off the street and lock them up in a mental health emergency or something like that? So I am not entirely. I do not think that right now West is thinking with a clear head. I think it's so easy to just say, yeah, he's an idiot, or he might very well be a hater of Jews, but I'm guessing that if he was on his medicine or he wasn't having this gigantic episode, he'd probably lay low on those comments. That doesn't make it right or wrong. And my question now is, being that he's dropped the big atom bomb on himself there, he's pretty much public enemy number one. I don't know how this guy ever puts out any work or art or music or anything, and anyone fucking pays attention to him or gives him any love whatsoever. specifics about all of this. In an hours-long interview with Alex Jones, Kanye West praised Hitler, made anti-Semitic jokes, and talked about his recent meeting with Trump. If you're Trump, man, what do you do at this point? You're like, God, I wanna say yes. I don't wanna have to denounce this, but fuck. I don't know if you will. I mean, let's put it this way. Let's just say, for the sake of this discussion, Trump literally had no idea, which I don't believe this, but if it's true, that Nick Fuentes was a guest of West, and he didn't know who he was, and West is just there because he likes Trump, and Trump's like, oh, yes, Kanye, how are you? Good. Come on in. And they hang out. And then they leave, and then this happens. If you're Trump, you should immediately disavow Kanye West. Distance yourself from him. But I don't think he said anything. So, I mean, if it's me, I would absolutely do that. The interview became one of the biggest stories on the internet Thursday, dominating discussions on social media for hours. Kanye became the top trending topic on Twitter. And according to Google Trends, searches for InfoWars spiked during the interview. During the live-streamed exchange, West repeatedly referred to anti-Semitic stereotypes, made anti-Semitic jokes, and praised Hitler. The Jewish media has made us feel like Nazis and Hitler have never offered anything of value to the world. My God. He's not done there yet, or there, though. One more thing I have to talk about. But first, the GOP. Wow. Jesus. The GOP has had to weigh in on this because not long ago, the GOP posted Kanye, Musk, Trump, or something like that. Some organization affiliated with the GOP, and they posted that in October, and that was deleted. Republicans who once seemed to revel in associating with the rapper and his vocal support for Trump have grimaced as Kanye's behavior has become increasingly erratic and hateful in recent weeks, but Thursday's interview was a breaking point for some of them. Kanye West is a deranged anti-Semite. New York Representative Lee Zeldin, one of the few Republican Jewish members of Congress, who lost his bid for governor this year, told Politico, I want absolutely nothing to do with that lunatic. He's totally bad news. The Republican Jewish Coalition slammed the Ye Fuentes appearance with Jones, who was recently ordered to pay, I said $500 million. It's nearly $1 billion in damages. There's no way that gets paid, right? To those who suffered from his lie that the Sandy Hook elementary school shooting was a hoax, as a horrific cesspool of dangerous, bigoted Jew hatred. That I believe. I believe that all of this is very, very dangerous because I believe that when you have a deranged, mentally ill man saying this, there are people who believe, actually have it burned into their brain, some of the nonsense that someone like Fuentes would, or Alex Jones would spew out. They believe that. And when you get groups of people believing this shit, I mean, that's not good. That is not good. That's an understatement, too. Well, that's very stark. Eric Zane said, this is not good. Without mentioning Trump by name, the GOP Jewish group urged all political leaders to reject these messengers of hate and relegate them to the dustbin of history where they belong, a reference to Ye, Fuentes, and Jones. The group added, conservatives who have mistakenly indulged Kanye West must make clear that he is a pariah. Enough is enough. And that's where Trump being silent is, in my opinion, something that emboldens these lunatics on the far right. Him not speaking of this is a disaster. Republican Representative Ashley Hinson, a rising star in the GOP, tweeted that Ye's anti-Semitic comments today were disgusting, blasting the rapper in the strongest possible terms. We must call out this hateful rhetoric and root out anti-Semitism wherever it rears its ugly head. Fuck. Kanye even wanted to buy Parler, which is where these scumbags comment. That's the social media platform for losers. He's wanted to buy Parler for some time. Parler announced, we are no longer selling it to him. They've halted their intent of the sale, and they had cut ties with him in mid-November. Republican lawmakers who mostly declined to condemn Trump over his meal with Ye and Fuentes focused their fire primarily toward Fuentes in denouncing that meeting. Yeah, Trump has that, I didn't know, I had no idea, which, come on. Trump not immediately denouncing West or Fuentes on InfoWars is further proof that he knew exactly who these people were that came into his home. Ye's high-profile, unpredictable words and behaviors have not stopped conservatives from elevating him as a messenger of the MAGA movement and Christian evangelism. Yeah, you know, he's hijacked another one of these people who's hijacked Christianity, taking something so sweet as basically following the golden rule and loving thy fellow man, has once again been hijacked by either a hate monger or, in this case, a very, very ill man. The message of Christianity has been distorted and warped once again. You see, this is all, again, this all goes back to baby Jesus is up there in heaven. He's like, fuck. I did not ever think I would have to decide on dropping another flood on these people. All right? I am not above dropping bolts from the blue on people, but I might have to just do the flood. That's a possibility. I know I said I was not going to do the flood again, but I also did not predict this level of insanity. Ye, of course, elevating him as a messenger of the MAGA movement and Christian evangelism, the man who once declared that George W. Bush doesn't care about black people. Remember that? I forgot all about that. It's like a different world. Swung drastically to the right, espousing support for Trump and meeting with the former president multiple times. Following the Thursday interview, a Twitter account, this is what I was talking about earlier, a Twitter account representing the House Judiciary Committee's GOP members deleted an October tweet that said simply, Kanye, Elon, Trump, appearing to praise Ye alongside the new owner of Twitter and the former president. The tweet had drawn scathing criticism from Democrats on the now Musk-owned social platform as Ye escalated public anti-Semitic comments in recent months. Ye himself was restricted from Twitter in October after he posted that he would go, he wrote DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. He lost corporate partnerships, including celebrated collections with Adidas and Gap shortly after, even as the Minority Judiciary Committee, the tweet remained online. Spokesman for Representative Jim Jordan, a Republican from Ohio, the party's top member of the Judiciary Panel and its chair in waiting, did not immediately return a request for comment on the tweet's deletion. Earlier in October, conservative media personality Tucker Carlson hosted Ye for a lengthy interview. The rapper had recently revealed a White Lives Matter t-shirt at Paris Fashion Week. It's almost like as a type of performance art, he's trying to see if he can actually get everyone to hate him or denounce him. And whoever's left over is like the big reveal at the end. Black people want to kick his ass. Jewish people want to kick his ass. Clear-thinking people who want equality for all want to kick his ass. I still don't believe that this is all brought on by chemical problems in his brain. I will give him that benefit of the doubt. And maybe he has some deep, buried anti-Semitic views in his brain that would have normally have been kept quiet and we never would have heard from if he was getting treatment. But I actually have more of a problem with Trump and Fuentes and anyone who hasn't spoken out against this than I do Kanye West. Trump's a bigger issue here than Kanye. Is West crazy? You can judge for yourself, Tucker Carlson said before broadcasting extended excerpts of the interview in which Ye defended the White Lives Matter message. Ye, who launched an independent presidential campaign in the 2020 cycle, has acknowledged having bipolar disorder. However, no particular belief system is a symptom of bipolar disorder. That's what I was just saying. It's in there, but he probably would have kept it under wraps if he was treated. So, in a way, we're blessed that we now know that this scumbag is who he is. You know, you would think that, Fuentes is a young white guy. Kanye's a middle-aged black guy. How did this all happen? How did you become such a psychopath, anti-Semitic racist? My point is, black people know firsthand about how that type of discrimination kills people, for God's sake. How could you have possibly have lost sight of all the atrocities that have happened to black people because of that type of discrimination? I don't care how fucked up you are in the head. How does that, fade out of your line of sight, Racism itself is not a mental health disorder, University of Georgia professor Isha Metzger told the Washington Post. The raw footage of the interview included even more disconcerting content than when it appeared on TV, Vice News later reported, including, this is about him on Tucker Carlson, including strange metaphors about black people and an implication that Jewish people participate in financial engineering, a historically anti-Semitic claim. Did he bust out the old, hey, what do you get when there's two Jews hanging on to a penny? Got copper wire. Ha ha ha. It's actually a hilarious joke, all things considered. But it's dangerous. Crazy. That was not our conclusion, Carlson told his viewers on air. Finally, Elon Musk, of all people, was sitting there like, oh, God, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't make me. It's really hard to have your content on Twitter now lead to a permanent suspension. But Kanye West has managed to do it. And he posted a Star of David, which is what Michael Rappaport was wearing around his neck in that clip, and put a swastika. It was an image of a Star of David with a swastika in the middle of it. He posted that on Twitter. Oh, my God. It's almost like there should be a pay-per-view of him having to go through which concentration camp can you visit and see the horrors captured in time? Is it Auschwitz, where they have like the piles of the shoes, and there's all the imagery that goes with that, and quite literally a stack of skulls. Something that in any horror movie they wouldn't be able to capture something with Hollywood movie magic as horrific as what happened in these places. And my idea is just lead him on a guided tour through it, information purposes only, with a camera trained on his face to get his reaction and say, what goes through your mind here? Again, I lose sight. Because I believe he's very, very ill. Okay. West has been suspended from Twitter, and I think it's permanent. The Twitter suspension comes nearly 2 months after Twitter locked him out of his account following his anti-Semitic post. Instagram also restricted access. Musk. He's still a cheeky idiot. You see, West posted the Star of David with the swastika, and then he also posted some unflattering picture of Elon Musk, like with his shirt off or something like that. And Musk suspended him, and it's just clarifying his account is being suspended for incitement to violence, not an unflattering pic of me being hosed by Ari. I don't know what that means. Is that Ari Shafir, perhaps? Frankly, I found those pics to be helpful motivation to lose weight. Ha ha, shut up, Elon. While Kanye returned to Twitter in recent weeks, his latest suspension appears to be permanent. Quote, I tried my best, says Elon Musk. Despite that, he again violated our rule against incitement to violence. Account will be suspended. My God. What an absolute shit show. Well, that's pretty much it. Horrible. I'm still on Twitter. I'm still on Facebook and YouTube, too. Thank you so much. If you're enjoying the opening of this show, I appreciate you on all the platforms. But for you folks on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, it's time to say goodbye. We must part. The show goes uninterrupted on Twitch every day. As always, the audio podcast is available for download shortly after this finishes on all of the platforms. Please subscribe, rate, and review if you can. If you ever want to say hello to me, reach out, eric@ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. For now, goodbye.